Good morning, students. I hope you all are well, and we are here to study the sound of music of class 9 in the NCERT books. Today we are going to read part 1. Evelyn Glennie listens to sound without hearing it. Can you imagine somebody who doesn't have the hearing power and can be a musician? Do you think so? But in reality, it has happened, and there is a girl named Evelyn Glennie who has made this possible with her determination and hard work. Let's dive into the chapter and start learning. The chapter starts from here. Rush hour crowds jostle from position on the underground train platform. A slight girl, looking younger than her 17 years, was nervous yet excited as she felt the vibrations of the approaching train. It was her first day at the prestigious Royal Academy of Music in London, and daunting enough for any teenager fresh from a Scottish farm. But this aspiring musician faced a bigger challenge than most. She was profoundly deaf. Now let's have a little explanation of this paragraph. So what is rush hours? Rush hours means when it's the crowd is at the peak. So the crowd jostle for position as soon as the crowd heard the train whistling, and everybody wants to be in the train, and they move a little fast to catch the train. So in that way she was also moving towards her, on the platform to catch her train. But she had to jostle, she had to move from here and there to get towards the train. She was a slight girl. So the description of her physique is given here. A slight girl looking younger than 17 years. So she looked as if she was less than 17 years and was nervous. She was nervous and also excited. She was nervous and excited. Why she was nervous? Because she was profoundly deaf and she was about to learn music in Royal Academy of Music in London. She was going there to get her further education in music. But it was a challenge for her as she wasn't able to listen, and she had to study with the people who had their ability of hearing quite intact. That means they were able to hear everything. Moreover, she belonged to a Scottish farm. Okay, she was a girl from a very small village in Scotland, and it was quite, she had never gone out of her village, and moving to London was another challenge for her. So first challenge for her to study with the people with complete hearing ability, and the second challenge was that whether she will get adjusted there or not. She is not accustomed to the city life of that particular place, that is London. Let's read about the second paragraph in the chapter Evelyn Glennie. Evelyn Glennie's loss of hearing had been gradual. Her mother remembers noticing something was wrong when the 8-year-old Evelyn was waiting to play the piano. They called her name and she didn't move. I suddenly realized she hadn't heard. Okay, so at this time the writer is telling us how her mother first time noticed her that there is something wrong, some problem with her sight, with her faculty of hearing. Okay, so she isn't able to hear. She was waiting for her piano class, and her piano teacher, they were calling her name and she was not able to respond them. Then her mother noticed that she did not hear. For quite a while, Evelyn managed to conceal her growing deafness from friends and teachers. Okay, so for quite a long time she was able to manage that she wasn't able to hear from her friends and teachers. By the time she was 11, her marks had deteriorated. Now, the condition when she was 11 years old, her marks deteriorated means that means she was having quite a poor performance at school, and her headmistress urged her parents to take her to a specialist. So here her headmistress urged, that is requested. So her headmistress requested her parents to take her to a specialist. It was then discovered that her hearing was severely impaired as a result of gradual nerve damage. So she was severely impaired. That means the condition was very bad. The condition was quite worse, as it was due to gradual nerve damage. She had gradually she had the damage of a nerve that was responsible for giving her the signals of hearing. They were advised that she should be fitted with hearing aids and sent to school for deaf. Everything suddenly looked black, says Evelyn. Okay, so the advice of the doctor was that she should be fitted with a hearing aid. Okay, and she should be sent to a different school, that is school for deaf. Listening to this thing and adopting this thing, everything looked black, like her life completely changed. Like she became she was really hopeless at that time, that what to do and how she will be proceeding her life further. Let's see what she did after she got the news that she was completely deaf and she wasn't able to study in a normal school. She had to study in the school for the deaf. But Evelyn was not going to give up. She was determined to lead a normal life and pursue her interest in music. One day, she noticed a girl playing a xylophone and decided that she wanted to play it too. So every person has a turning point in his or her life. So this was also a turning point in her life. Her determination made her able to lead a normal life. She said, okay, it's okay, I can't hear, but I will be learning, I will be leading a life that a normal person is leading. So one day she noticed that a girl was playing xylophone. She really decided, like, oh yes, I'm going to do music, I'm going to take up music. And she decided at that time that she will be learning music too. But the point was that whether a deaf person is able to become a musician, so that was of the view of her most of the teachers. Most of the teachers discouraged her, but percussionist Ron Forbes, so this is a great name in her life, percussionist Ron Forbes spotted her potential. Now, who is a percussionist? Percussionist is a person which plays some kind of rhythmic instrument like tabla, drums, etc. Okay, so percussionist is that person. But Ron Forbes was quite a different view than the rest of the teachers. He said that this girl has a spark in her and definitely she's going to do something, and he spotted her potential. So he started doing something for Evelyn. Let's see what he did. He began by tuning 2 large drums to different notes. Then what did he tell Evelyn? Don't listen through your ears, he would say. Try to sense it with some other way. So he gave a point to Evelyn that you need not to listen through ears, you sense the music by some other method. Use your other organs, see whether something is being played, which portion you have, in which part of the body you feel some tickling, you feel some vibration. So this way he worked on with her. And then Evelyn said that I realized I could feel the higher drum from the waist up and the lower one from the waist down. So when Ron Forbes was playing the drum, okay, when he played the large drum, she felt it from her waist up. Okay, and when he played the smaller drum, she felt its beat from her waist down. Okay, from the lower body, she sensed the beats of the drum. Okay, and from her upper body, she sensed the beats of the bigger drum. Okay, so Ron Forbes repeated the exercise, and soon Evelyn discovered that she could sense certain notes in different parts of her body. So here she said that she sensed certain notes in different parts of her body. So that was quite a happy news for her, and she became a little hopeful also that she will be able to learn music. I had learned to open my mind. I had learned to open my mind and body to sounds and vibrations. The rest was sheer determination and hard work. So she said that from my teacher I learned how to catch the sounds from different parts of body, how to understand the sound from different parts of our body, and rest was what determination and hard work. So she said my teacher gave me a way how I can proceed further, but rest how she could achieve was with determination and hard work. Now, okay, so let's see what's there, what surprises are there for us in the paragraph number 4 of the chapter. She never looked back, that point onwards. So that was the time when she started moving further, scaling heights one after another, and then to the top. She reached to the top of the musicians. She was recognized as a famous musician. Let's see. She toured the United Kingdom with a youth orchestra. By the time she was 16, she had decided to make music her life. She auditioned for the Royal Academy of Music and scored one of the highest marks in the history of the academy. Okay, now after getting some minor training, initial training in music, she decided that I'll be taking up a degree in music from some prestigious institute of the world. And Royal Academy of Music is one of the most prestigious institute as far as training of music is concerned. So she sat for the exam, and whoa, what a surprise! She did not fare well, but she scored the highest marks in the history of that academy. No one before her could secure that much marks. Imagine a deaf girl not able to hear, and she broke all the records of that academy and got the highest marks as far as some aspirant of music gave audition for getting into the academy. She gradually moved from orchestral work to solo performances. At the end of her 3-year course, she captured most of the top awards. Okay, so it was a 3-year course, and she has captured means she had earned the most prestigious awards, okay, in the course of her 3-year course of her education at the Royal Academy of Music. So see how beautifully, how determinedly this girl is gaining award after award. For part 2 of the chapter, kindly visit the link given in the description box and don't forget to subscribe, like and share the video so that many of your friends can be benefited.